wow, what for the physical mind is the ceiling, for the higher mind is the floor. It can be so much better than you can imagine. So let it unfold, just trusting and just follow that feeling, your excitement, moment to moment. And really, that's why I love when Bashar talks about that negative ego versus higher mind. Really sensing, like, is this now my negative ego? My head thinks it's in charge. This is good for me. Or is it truly this feeling in my chest, which is so quiet? But once your negative ego shuts up, hey, negative ego, you belong, you're there, but you don't serve me. So, I want to tune in because that's who I truly am.
Yeah! What's up, everybody? Your life alchemist, your dragon. Welcome to Alchemize Life. I'm your host, Justin David Carl. This is a show where I seek out and share expertise, wisdom, and thought leadership in all domains with the mission of empowering and inspiring you to proactively design and truly live a life worth living. We're all in this together, and when we do the work together, we go so much farther, so much faster, and have so much more fun. Without further ado, let's dig into this episode and alchemize life. Ferdinand Beck, aka Vegains. Welcome to the show, brother. It is so good to have you on. And I spent some time trying to think how I would actually introduce you, because you're one of the most unique and special people that I have the privilege of knowing. And in a sense, you're a bit of an enigma, and I'm not sure how to introduce you. So let's say I just met you and I was like, hey, nice to meet you, Ferdinand. Who are you and what are you about?
I would say, hey, I'm just Ferdi. Let's play. And then we play. And then if you have questions, we go into it. But I'm just Ferdi, and I love playing. And it's so free and nice and beautiful because I'm so childlike. Again, I relearned that because I built a construct of a personality that wasn't me, but I had to do it to survive. I had to believe in my family, in my environment, in my neighborhood, because as children, as babies, to survive, we have to believe in that, and what we believe we experience, because otherwise we don't survive. We want to be loved, we want to survive, so we believe in that. And many of the beliefs, they are really limiting, really negative, really fear-based, and we keep believing them, and often they're subconscious, and we keep believing them growing up, and we feel weird, we don't feel so much ourselves, we feel like we don't fit in, because we still believe that. We're holding on to the beliefs of the past, and what we believe here and now, that's who we are, that's what we experience, that's our perspective, that's all we can experience is what we truly believe, what we most strongly believe we experience. We experience the emotions, the thoughts, the behavior, and then I learned so many limiting, negative, fear-based beliefs I believed because I had to survive, but they don't serve me, and I don't need them anymore. Because now I can create my own reality. I don't need to believe the beliefs of my mom to survive anymore because I'm not a baby. I can feed myself. I can do all that. So I reprogram myself, my personality, get all that away, and then who am I? Who is this Ferdi? Who is actually this? Who am I really? And I was looking for guidance. I was looking in so many books everywhere. I saw we're all looking for love, and many people, they use something, they overeat or try to find it in here or these substances. We all look for love, and then I found it. It's here and now. It's my higher mind. We're all guided by our bigger selves. The thing I see here and experience, it's just one aspect. It's just my perspective. It's a projection of my consciousness of this reality. But the whole me, the entire cake, my perspective is just like one piece of the cake. But the entire cake, that's me. That's my whole me. That's my true natural self. That is who I am. Really, who I am, Ferdi. And my higher mind guides me. How? It's the feeling in our chest. We describe as excitement. bliss, joy, ecstasy, this feeling we all know, what is so quiet, and we can so easily brush it away because we believe we need to do this and please him and that, because we think our negative ego is in charge, and then it can be so quiet. But if we see it for what it is, oh yeah, here my head is, and if we quiet the mind and then tune in, it becomes louder and louder, and I'm so guided. My higher mind stands on the mountaintop and sees the bigger picture. My life theme, why I chose to be here, why I experience physical reality. And I'm down in the valley, seeing almost nothing, but I'm guided by that feeling in the chest. And then I started to follow my highest, what excites me in this moment, here and now, the most, I do that. And I do it until I can do it no longer, or until something else excites me more. And then in this moment, what excites me the most, I do that. And then. Not because they tell me to do this, not because this is good in society, and nothing of, just for the sake of pure bliss, joy, excitement in the moment, I do this. And then I found truly who I am, Ferdi. I look back, wow, now it makes sense why my excitement kicked me here and to this person and that. And now I finally act on it freely. Because I don't have these limiting beliefs, I cannot do this, I'm supposed to do that. I would love to just play here with this person, but no. I just followed that, and my reality exploded in the most beautiful manifestations. And it's so dreamlike. And I have so much proof in my reality that this works, and so much proof in the reality of the people I teach, I coach, that are my friends, that step into my reality. And it's zero about me, it's about the message, and the message just works. And I love using my life as an example that the message works. So that's why I'm Ferdi. I'm truly Ferdi now. Not a construct that I hold it on to beliefs to survive that don't serve me, because they're so limiting, so negative, so fear-based. And the reality I experienced because of that was so full of pain, suffering I create. None of that. Now I'm just Ferdi, my true natural self, and that is so beautiful, that is so free, that is so nice. And everyone who truly follows me for a while, they see it. You cannot fake that.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
nice.
I absolutely love following you on Instagram, just because your energy, your positive energy, and this like near constant, if not completely constant flow state that you're in, and the excitement and joy that you exude is just, it's mesmerizing, and it's so fun to watch. And to kind of put some constructs around you to help the audience understand, at least from the Dragon's perspective, how I kind of first learned about you is when I first went vegan. I was looking for other vegans that were living an inspiring life, one that was like super fun and exciting. And, I stumbled upon you, and I was like, this guy, like, he freaking loves his life. So in a sense, I would consider you, a vegan holistic well-being leader, and you have a strong platform online, and you share a ton of empowering content around lifestyle, mindset, food, nutrition, science, and really a ton more, like even like metaphysics and, higher mind and spiritual practices.
It's all one.
It's all one.
It's all one. It's all connected. That's why I love the theme of your podcast, because that's what you talk about everything, because that's what I always talk about, because everything is connected. Why should I make these separations? If you want to be in romantic relationships, honest communication is so important. Yeah, and in business not, or in this, in all aspects. What you put out is what you get back. If you want to have a nice reality, be nice to everyone, especially yourself, and especially to everyone else. And you experience that because it's all connected, not just, but in this area, you be nice, but in this one, no, it's all connected. It's all one. It's what you put out is what you get back. It's simple physics. That's just how it works. And if you understand the structure of existence and know that it always works if you want it or not, and then you use it consciously and create the reality you want to experience. Nice.
Amen. We're going to have to dig into this. So I want to rewind a bit. I know you haven't been vegan your entire life, and I know you haven't always been this happy and excited and blissful about life. Can you take us back to some of the beginnings of your origin story, where you grew up, any schooling, any kind of like previous career or work stuff that you went through that was obviously critical to your apotheosis or like who you have become today and who you are now. But I want to give the audience, an insight into how you became who you are now and where you came from.
All right. Okay, and you can interrupt me anytime and we can dive into other dimensions, or if I make it too long, then just interrupt me. I just flow what comes up. So I paint the picture of Ferdi.
Where'd you grow up?
In Munich. Just spent so much time outside in the woods and in my imagination, so much in my imagination, and just playing outside. And many things of our normal society, they just didn't make sense to me. They didn't affect me, and I just, that's why school, it didn't make sense to me to learn the things I wasn't excited about. So I drifted in my imagination, I played. So I was really bad at school when I was young, because like it didn't make any sense to me. Why should I do that if it doesn't excite me? So yeah, I was excited about playing and just playing also in my imagination. And because of that, I went into a school that was so great for me. It's called Montessori Schule, where you're in a school with people who have, I think it's international, Montessori, who have disabilities, and then being with kids with all kinds of disabilities, and where you don't get grades, but where you play a lot. And yeah, what else can I say?
Yeah, so we definitely have Montessori schools in the US. And, in the show notes, I'll leave some links to like what exactly that is. But I wouldn't say it's just from my understanding, it's not just for children with disabilities. It's just a unique way of learning for children and teaching that is a bit different than traditional public school. So I'm a big fan of them personally.
For example, we have a subject we had a subject where you just can do whatever you want, and they support that like, what is your passion? They have a lot of equipment you can use to play and learn at the same time, and then you can do whatever you want, and they support you, and you learn that way, and you learn cooking and crafting and so many cool things. But yeah, I had to believe in my family to survive. So I believed in so many limiting beliefs, so many fear-based beliefs that didn't make sense to me. But I had to. I wanted to go vegan. I was like, I saw that meat, and I don't want that.
When did you first go vegan? What year and what age were you?
9 years ago. But I wanted as a kid already. But my family, they didn't let me. They give me this feeling. Oh, good boy. Good boy, yeah, eat it. No, eat it. I don't give you love. No, love, no. Here, try this one. Oh, I give you such a good feeling. Here, I give you the love. Oh, you eat the meat. Oh, good. And I wanted to survive. I wanted to feel love. I'm a kid, I cannot be on my own. So I ate the meat, but it felt wrong. But then when I finally moved out, because my higher mind was calling me so loud, like I couldn't phrase it, but different environment, like Berlin. I saw so many colors there. It's the capital. It's so international. I was so drawn to there. And then I lived by myself and can finally figure out who am I? Not okay. Now I don't buy meat and immediately be judged by my family and doing something differently.
Did you move to Berlin before or after? Because I know you were in the military for a bit.
Right after. That really showed me again what I don't want. Getting orders that don't excite me at all, that don't make any sense to me, but I have to do them. It taught me so much what I don't want and so much more. Just, I'm so thankful for this experience.
Also, why did you join the military originally? What were you thinking?
And now, I had to. There was mandatory in Germany. I mean, you can dip out somehow, but I wasn't doing much, so I was like, okay, maybe. And then I saw like, no. This is. I remember like one of the first days I went into my car. I looked in the mirror, I cried, and I told myself, I'm gonna do this here because it's just 6 months. Many dipped out, but I'm gonna do this. It's not long, but I couldn't phrase it like I phrase it now, but exactly this, like, I wanna follow my excitement. I wanna do what feels right for me. I don't wanna just serve other people's and do things that don't make any sense to me, that I'm disagreeing, that I don't even want. I don't want war. I don't want to learn anything about grenades because I don't even want them to exist. So I looked in the mirror. I told myself, I'm gonna do that. Like, and then it all came together. Like, then this excitement came, like, change your environment, do you, find yourself. Like, I wasn't good with language back then, but this feeling we all have, this guidance, my higher mind spoke so clearly, showing me something that I don't want. Thank you for that, because the more you see what you don't want, the closer you get what you do want. It's so great to see what you don't want, because how else should you know what you do want, what you do prefer? So yeah, right after that, I served in the army. I moved to Berlin. I continued school because I knew, hey, if I finish school, I see endless opportunities, and maybe my excitement will be I want to be a vet or something. And then if I finish school, I can study whatever I want. So I did that. And then I listened to my higher mind more and more. I wanted to learn English because it opens me the world. And I was so passionate about learning English fluently, and I did. And then I stumbled across Bashar, like also 9 years ago. And then like this changed so
Bashar,
much.
Before we tell the audience about Bashar, Bashar and you going vegan coincided at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, how interesting. I never knew
because
that about your story.
He taught me the formula about follow your highest excitement. Then I got it, and my higher mind was telling me all along, eat plants. Don't animals are your friends. You love animals. Why? Like, it's so illogical, but all these beliefs I've had that don't serve me anymore, I could finally see them for what they are, just beliefs. Like, everything are neutral props. Nothing has a built-in meaning. You give everything a meaning. There are no emotions in a vacuum. I tell you a word you don't know how to feel to it, because you don't know. You don't know the word aglet, for example. You don't know how to feel to it. But I tell you a word like stupid, you immediately react, like, because you know it. You have a definition. But that definition you can change. What you believe you can change. You can believe, oh, I don't fit, like, I'm not worthy, I believe in lack. And what you put out is what you get back. You get all the reflections of lack, that it's not enough. Or you change it like, I actually belong. I'm worthy. Creation doesn't make meaningless mistakes. Here and now, exactly what I have in this moment is enough to live in total abundance. And that's what you then experience. But what do you more strongly believe? That's what you're going to experience. And beliefs can be changed. So I worked on them. Like, I tuned in, like, what do I truly believe? And then I worked on my negative, limiting, fear-based beliefs.
How did you work on those beliefs? Like, how did you actually, like, and were there, like, materials you're studying or people? Or, like, is this a good time to tell people about Bashar? Or how did you start to work on your beliefs?
Listening Bashar, taking him literal, and taking physical action. Listening to Bashar, taking him literal, physical action. Physical action is the language of physical reality. You cause and effect. And these are actually the same things. You create the effect of gratefulness. You attract all the causes for that. So I listened so much to Bashar because it excited me so much. And then I took him literal and took action, and my reality exploded. And how did I discover the beliefs? Great question, because when you believe it, when you're in it, you don't see it because you're in it. But then you start to do it differently, because then you listen to that feeling in your chest, and usually I thought I need to do that, but then no, I follow my excitement, and then you do something differently, and then feel so great, and then the old Ferdi used to do this because he believed he had to, but then you see it, and then it's not there anymore. Then you let it go. And then it's not like, I worked on that belief, now I'm done. No, it's here and now, here and now, here and now. What you believe in this moment, you are. What you believe in this moment, you experience in this moment, in this moment, in this moment. So, but the longer you believe what truly serves you, because you do that, the easier it gets, and the more difficult it gets to go back to these limiting, negative, fear-based beliefs. But physical action, that's how you do it. Act on your excitement, act on your excitement, act on your excitement. And then, I used to, but I can also experience, if it can be different, a little different, then it can be a lot different. And then it can stay different. And then It's a process, and enjoying the process and seeing that it's perfect. It's here and now. It's about the process we want to experience. So thankful to went through so much shit, through so much darkness, because if it weren't for the darkness, I couldn't appreciate and see the light. And then you see everything is neutral. The darkness doesn't affect me at all. It's my shadow. It's right there. It's always there, but it doesn't affect me. I'm so thankful, because if it wasn't for the shadow, I wouldn't see the light. I wouldn't appreciate it. So thanks. The triangle, positivity, negativity, and neutrality. Choice, choice, choice. I see more negativity than ever before, but it doesn't affect me in any way because I have the choice. Thank you, but no thank you. It doesn't serve me, but I know it belongs. It's not like this is better, because I don't put any value judgments on anything anymore. Say this is right, this is wrong. No, everything belongs. And I don't know what this person, life's theme is, what he wants to experience, why he came here. We are all eternal beings. I look in your eyes. You're an indestructible soul. I don't know what you want to experience on this planet. I'm not going to judge it, because this frequency of judgmental, of judging, I don't feel that, so I don't do it, because it doesn't allow me to be where I want to be. And, it's not overnight. It's a process, but this process is so fun, so rewarding, and it never stops. But as I said, the more you do it, the easier it gets to stay in a state where you believe the beliefs that serve you, and it gets more and more difficult to go back to the beliefs that don't serve you. Like, how challenging is it for you now to eat meat? It became so difficult. And at the beginning, like, maybe I go back. Actually, these facts, I actually feel so good. It became more and more and more. And now I'm vegan for 9 years. It would be so like resistance to go to McDonald's and eat. I can't. I mean, I can, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same for everything. Once you believe and thus experience what serves you, following your excitement, figuring out who you truly, it feels so good, it feels so right, you're in alignment, it's truly feeling that. And then, like, all these things, like veganism, minimalism, things like that it just made so much sense, and it's so more challenging to go back, because it doesn't serve me, so why should I?
It's almost like, working out and building muscles. It's like, in order to replace limiting beliefs, you have to install, a positive belief to replace it. And then you have to put in the reps with that new belief in order to make it strong and lasting, and like have endurance and energy, and be able to, be a dominant force in your life. Would you agree to that?
Great example. And also, like, muscle memory, you experience that, you grew that muscle, you snap back, and you laugh about yourself. So you so quickly get in a positive state, because you experience it and you know how great it is. And you were so caught up again for a little bit, but you pull yourself out and laugh about yourself and see it for what it is, and go back so easily and so quickly.
So let's tell people a little bit about Bashar. So from my understanding of Bashar is an extraterrestrial being that is I guess his words and his wisdom is channeled through a human being. Is that like a start to a working definition of exactly
channeling state is? We all channel. Many people don't know when they channel. This book.
Yeah. So I'm showing a book because this is going to be audio only, but there's a book if anyone wants to
get on quote unquote my level, whatever that is, on that frequency. Study that book.
Yeah. So the book is called The Masters of Limitation and E.T.'s Observations of Earth. And this is available on Amazon. We'll put a link in the show notes. And just so everyone knows, we're going to have the show notes at alchemizelife.com/podcast/vegains. So you'll be able to find it there, all the show notes, a link to the book. Bashar also has a ton of content on YouTube, and even has a podcast now that you just introduced me to. So how did you discover Bashar?
Synchronicity. Everything is. You can say, oh, there's a coincidence. Another coincidence. Oh, there's so many coincidences. Or as Bashar likes to say, everything is synchronicity. It's built in the structure of existence. It happens instantaneously, but because we experience the illusion of space and time, we live in space-time, we experience synchronicity one after another, one after another. And synchronicity, what it does, it just matches your frequency. The people you meet, the opportunities, everything is synchronicity. Everything is. But it matches, it's like positive and negative synchronicity. If you're like, oh, this happened to me, oh, this now also, oh, this day is screwed, oh, now, yeah, that's your frequency, that's the synchronicity you experience. And once you act on your passions, you are, as I like to call it, on your winning streak. The people who come into your life, that are exactly on the same frequency, the opportunity, it's so great, and like, someone was in my class, whoa, we really vibe, and I introduced him to veganism, and he introduced me to Joe Rogan, to plant medicine, to consciousness, to these things, like to Bashar, and we watched him like he's probably a bullshit artist, but maybe, but yeah, it's as he always said, he doesn't care if you believe him or not. You don't need to believe in extraterrestrials. It's about, does the message work? That's the only thing he cares about, Daryl Anker and Bashar. Daryl Anker is the human who channels Bashar. They don't care if they don't care. Does the message work for you?
It's almost like Christianity and like Jesus. Like, whether or not you believe in, Jesus and Christianity, or really any religion, organized religion, it's like, does the messages resonate? Do the teachings make sense, or do they not? And I would say I'm polytheist and non-denominational, so I believe in everything, so to speak.
Same. We are all it is, and we, like, you can call it whatever you want: God, Buddha, Krishna, Jesus. I call it all it is, and all it is doesn't care how you call it. And seeing that it's not outside of me. God, Buddha, Krishna, everything, it's in me, it's in us. You're God, I'm God. We are all one. The one is the all, the all is the all is the one, and the all are, no, the one is the all, and the all are one. Like that, we are all one, that we're all connected, and we're all part of all that is, and all it is doesn't care how you call it. But yeah, always ask yourself, does it serve you? Does it serve you? And that's how I stumbled. That's why Bashar resonated so much, because my entire life, I was so tired, and more so, listening to humans, because I could see the limitations. I was like, the people talk and do something else, and they're tell me what I'm supposed to do, but they're not happy. I'm like, what is the point? You tell me all these things, but you're not happy. You're not. I ask you, are you happy? And it's not like out of a pistol, like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, I'm living in total ecstasy, I love my life. I'm like, what is then that what you say any good for? And so many people told me what I should, and then I listened to Bashar. And as Bashar said, it's like your higher mind speaks to you. It's just having the Bashar flavor, like his personality. And finally, I get just a pure message that's come through everywhere, but so limited, because we humans put so many limitations on everything, on religion, on this, and then the message comes through purely, without limitations. And why I listen to many channels, but why Bashar resonates so much? Because he explains. He's not just like, yeah, follow your dreams, follow your bliss, follow your highest excitement. But why? He explains why and why it works. Metaphysics, simple physics. What you put out is what you get back. Call it what you want. Karma, the secret, law of attraction. You look in the mirror, you smile. Your mirror has no choice. It's forced to smile back. But you give the middle finger to the mirror, and you want the reflection to smile. It doesn't work. It never works. The mirror will always outweigh you. But once you smile, the mirror will always smile back. And that is reality. And you have proof immediately. Do it one day. Be one day super nice to all people you meet. Go out and be super nice and see how they are to you. The next day, be super shitty to all people and see how they are to you, and see how it feels to be super shitty. Tune in. And then stay nice. Stay and then tune in, like, your higher mind guides you. That is who you are, by this feeling we call excitement. And that is who you are. That is your true natural self. What is the point in doing anything in the world now? 2022, we can do anything. What's the point in doing anything if it doesn't excite you? Yeah, because of the does it make you happy, fulfilled? No. I teach so many millionaires. They came to me, they were so miserable, multi-millionaires, and now they're so smiling. Because they got it. It's not the fancy objects, not the shiny things, not all that money, not that power that people come to me, oh, we feel so powerless, give me. No, tell them that they're that powerful. Oh, follow your excitement. That's who you are. And then, the only failure, if you want to call anything a failure, is not to follow your highest excitement.
So let's say I'm, in my 20s or 30s and I'm working like a corporate job and I'm not really that happy with my corporate job, like how would you coach me to begin to, follow my highest excitement and actually like get out of that? Because, I got bills to pay.
Yes.
I got to feed myself. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Like, how do I get out of this rat race?
Yeah, I feel that. I've been there. I had zero money. I was in the minus. I had to even at one point steal my Whole Foods because I had no money. And then how do you get out of that? Follow your highest excitement as much as you can while honoring your belief system. Honor your belief system because you experience what you believe, not what you want to believe, what you most strongly believe. And you would also not jump out of a plane without a parachute. So not just say, oh, I'm going to quit my job if you don't believe your passion support you. So how much do you believe you have to work there to pay your bills and all that? Do that. And then in all the free time, every moment, what excites you the most? Do that. And what you put out is what you get back. You will see your passions support you in every way. They come in the full kit. Abundance. And it's not always money. Money is just one form of abundance. And then you see
how do you, and sorry to interrupt, but like, let's say like I just finished like a week of work. I'm exhausted and it was like, oh, I just want to like watch like some TV and some movies and like eat a ton of food and like that's my highest excitement.
But is it?
Because I'm so beat down from my work.
Is it truly? Does it really feel fulfilled? Because it's so easy to act on your highest excitement because it's your highest excitement and it's not something difficult, not some overarching career, but in this moment, what excites you the most? And if you watch something just to knock yourself out and overeat shitty food, you're just looking for something in there, like we all look, like the connection to our mind, like love. Do you feel good after that? Do you while you like truly, like if someone was like, is it really your highest and then you tune in. You see all that food but you put it away. You want to meditate. You want to, what am I? The weather's. I want to go for a walk. You go for a walk. You overhear a conversation because your higher mind guided you to do that walk, and that was your highest excitement. You overhear that conversation. It sparked something. An old passion. When you were a kid, you used to do that, and then you're really excited to do it, and you do it, and you have so much fun, and you're in the skate park. You found all the tricks are coming back. You meet people there. The people there are like, hey, yeah, you vibe so great, nice, and you come there the next day after work, and you vibe again, and they tell you, hey, we have a skate shop. Hey, you can work. We're looking for someone to work here. You're like, hey, okay. Hey, I actually earn the same money that I do in my shitty job. And then you work in the skate shop. You do something you're passionate about, you like even more. And you meet cool people there. And then you love to design skateboards. And there you scribble something and they say, hey, this is great. And then they say, hey, do you want to actually design decks? And you start that. And people come in and they love it. And then they buy your skateboards. And then you all of a sudden make a living just following your passion. It works like that. Honor your belief system. And if you come home being overworked, your highest excitement is your highest. It's the way of least resistance. If there's resistance, then ask yourself: is it truly your excitement? All I'm doing, it's so easy. It's so freeing. Less is more. And what happened? Yeah. So
I'm gonna flip back to myself, and because I've been trying to like wrap my head around this because like I love it. Like, when I'm in my most powerful energy, I'm like filled with joy and excitement. And as much as I'd like to be that like 24/7, I would be completely lying to myself and others if I didn't say like fear and anxiety comes up. For example, I've actually wanted to start this podcast for 8 years. And I kept making excuses, and there was so much fear, and I just, kept putting it off. And it wasn't until I started working with what is called an EFT practitioner, emotional freedom technique practitioner, also called tapping, where I worked on some of my limiting beliefs, and he helped me kind of like release those, that I finally launched my podcast. But like other than like going and doing like life coaching or therapy, like when you have something that you've been dreaming of, because I think we all have these dreams, and those dreams, some of them are with us for very long time. Some of them like are new and they come up as we discover new things that are possible in life. But then there's like this fear of like, I don't know how to do it. I'm scared. What if I suck? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? Like, how do you get around the fear or the anxiety?
Easy. As I said, there is no emotion in a vacuum. It always comes from a belief. I tell you a word you don't know how to feel to it. So ask yourself, I have this dream. I want to start a podcast. If I would do that, start a podcast, what is holding me back? Why am I not doing this? And that is the negative, limiting, fear-based belief. That is it. That's why truly, prudently, always be honest to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't do that. Why am I not doing this? Ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen if I would do that? And then you discover the limiting, fear-based, negative belief. And often you laugh about, and it mostly comes back to the same thing. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. What will others say? Because then, okay, I just want to belong. I want to be loved. So I'm not in the core. I believe I'm not enough. So if you truly, truly know that you are enough here now, exactly what you have in this moment, you have everything to be happy. Let me tell you, creation, existence, whatever you want to call it, no one has something to say about you not experience total bliss every moment of your life for the rest of your life. No one has something against it. The only one who raises the hand is you. Whoa. And then you're negative, limiting, fear-based belief. But creation allows you, wants you to, it doesn't care, but you can experience total ecstasy every moment of your life. The only person who has something to say against it is you. It's always you. And mostly in the core is the belief, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And then, I want to do but my colleague, what will they say? Oh, yeah, but I haven't done it, so can I even do it? Then what people there? This is the negative, limiting, fear-based belief. And then you see it, and then, do I want to, or do I just do it? And then start acting on it. Physical action is the language of physical reality. You start doing it, you're like, oh, I did an episode, I feel so good. It was actually, oh, wow, nice. And then, as I said, the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the harder it is to go back. So do it. Physical action. Act on it. Act on it a little bit. And then you see it can be a little bit differently. And then, it can stay a little bit differently. And it can stay a lot differently. And you discover how powerful you are. And then, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I'm just myself. I'm dancing in public. I'm wearing, what is the word? Nail color. I'm just being me fully.
Nail polish.
Nail polish. I'm just spreading my color because I'm so proud of showing that this frequency is also possible. I would feel guilty not to shine. Yeah. Others can you be so happy if this happens and that? I show them that this frequency is possible. Yeah, but he's such a. But they see my frequency. They see that this is possible because circumstances don't matter. Only your state of being matters. I can find endless excuses why here and now is not good and perfect. Because of this I cannot be. No, that doesn't serve me. And I love showing the world. Today, someone a really, let's call it German guy, really in the system. He really fronted me for my nail polish. He really came to me why do you do that? And I was like, because I like it. And he didn't understand it. He was like, why do you do that? And I was like, again, because I like that. But that's for women. I was like, no, how you can have tattoos. Women can have tattoos, so you can have earrings. Women can have earrings, so you can wear necklaces. Women can wear necklaces. And here, the model shirts I wear, vegan, these are all frequencies. And I love spreading these colors and being that because that's who I am. Yeah. And I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm proud of that because I show them that this frequency is possible. And I don't make any assumptions what he does with that. Maybe he goes home and he talks shit about me. But maybe it's in the back of his head this guy, why do I believe it's only for women? I mean, I wouldn't do it, but why did I believe that? Mm-hmm. So I love just showing them that this frequency is also possible. I would feel guilty not to shine, and it just feels so fulfilling to truly be yourself. And if you then don't have those limiting negative beliefs that I'm not good enough, what will others say? You don't care because you know you're enough, exactly as everyone is. And you truly believe it. You're gonna experience it. You're gonna act like that. I'm so flowy. I'm so dancing. Yesterday in the park, we played ultimate frisbee. We all danced. People were looking like, whoa, what a frequency! Whoa. And we do it because why? Because it's us. It feels so good. But we don't know, like, oh, what do the people say? Let's go somewhere where they don't see us. No, because we know we're good enough as we are. We're that powerful.
Hey there, just a few words about the incredible show sponsors for today's episode, and then we'll dig right back in. This show is brought to you by Feel Free from Botanic Tonics. This product is unlike anything I've ever had before. No joke. It's made with kava root and other ancient plants, and just half a shot gives me this incredible sense of focused flow and productivity. And I love to take just half a shot right before I work out. I take it with my pre-workout, and it takes my workouts to the next level. It is seriously unlike anything I've ever had. It's also an incredible productivity tool for any big work projects that you have, or long periods of time where you just need to be super focused in flow state and get a lot of shit done. So if you want to give this a shot, you can go to botanictonics.com and use code DRAGON at checkout to get 40% off your first order. No joke, 40% off with code DRAGON. That's Feel Free from botanictonics.com, code DRAGON. Feel free, feel good. I think dancing is actually a really good barometer how good of a job you are doing of following your highest excitement. Because like I was dancing this morning, as I got up this morning, like super excited to connect with you, super excited to just be following my highest excitement when it comes to this podcast. And, I want to circle back to, a couple quick things. One is I did the work to work on my limiting beliefs around the podcast, but then I also started taking physical action, like little by little, like, okay, like I've been stuck because I keep thinking I can produce it. So if that's not working for me, if my highest excitement is not doing the production, what would my highest excitement be? It would be like getting a production team. So I got a production team, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I can just record a podcast and then send it to them and they produce it. Okay, now that's my highest excitement, because my highest excitement is to connect with the people that inspire me and deliver on my mission of empowering people to proactively design and truly live a life worth living. And you're one of those people, Ferdy. Like you inspire me to proactively design my life to more every day, every week that I watch your content. It encourages me to follow my highest excitement and design more of my life around that. And then the more I do that, the more my life feels like truly living for. Like I feel alive. I want to be alive. I'm excited to live, not like, oh God, another day. Like, how am I going to get through it? But like, oh my God, I get to go to the gym. And then, I'm going to listen to some of his Vegains podcast while I'm prepping for the interview. And I'm going to shoot him some questions. And I'm just going to like think about all the things we're going to talk about. Had an amazing workout, and then I get to show up and be here with you. And it wasn't like, this was 8 years in the making, but like when it really started to happen was when I started to work on those limiting beliefs. And then I also started to actually take physical action. And then I wasn't afraid to ask for help. I wasn't afraid to be like, hey, my highest excitement isn't producing the podcast. My highest excitement is connecting with the people and helping share their voice, their message, their insight, their wisdom, their expertise, their magic. Furry's got tons of magic. And I just want to make sure the audience, for the people who are stuck, is like when you start to run into that fear or that anxiety, about that dream or project, like, okay, if your highest excitement isn't working on this particular part of it, like, how can you, ask for help that will then, like, your highest excitement is to, like, have somebody help you with that part. And then you get to focus on the part that really excites you. And, we're all in this together as humans. We were like, we all, this is a belief that I think Ferdy and I all share. Like, we all chose our, like, human body to be a soul or a spirit that's having a human experience. But we weren't meant to do this alone. This is why we have synchronicity, and certain people come into our life and they unleash and unlock parts of our life. And, like, I feel like you unleash and unlock parts of my life, just like following you on Instagram and, like, connecting with you and doing an Instagram live and now a podcast. Like, you're making me more excited. Like, I know later today and tomorrow, and even just preparing for this, I was like, how am I going to follow my highest excitement today? And, like, keep asking myself throughout the day. And on that note, one of the things I wanted to ask about is excitement is, like, a very energizing word. And so, and I think you probably have a great answer for this, but, like, okay, what if I just want to go to sleep? How do you explain, like, being excited to go to sleep? And there's plenty of times I'm excited to go to sleep, but I just want to hear, like, how you frame it around there.
Wow. Before I answer that, what you just said and giving your example of the podcast, that's it. That's all I'm saying, using many different words for that. And it makes me so happy that you do it, that you take that you got it, and people listen to that and they start following their excitement and acting on it, and that was so, and that's it. That's what you said. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's, yeah. And then I use different analogies, different words to describe the same thing. So that was so beautiful. And yeah, if your excitement is to go to bed, go to bed. Why do you think I'm so excited about healthy lifestyle choices? You see, we are all spirits. Everything we do is spiritual because we're spirits having a human experience. And how do we experience this human experience? Here, look at your body. That is how you experience this human experience. And we agree on a level. We have those beliefs we believe on that most of us are not meant to change. And that is how we experience physical reality, that we share the same biology, that we experience the illusion of space-time, that we experience this gravity, but we don't need to think about it. These beliefs are subconscious, and for many people, they're not relevant to change because we want to have the human experience. So you wake up every morning, you don't need to think, how does gravity work? My biology? No, it just works. But our biology is the same. And how is our biology? We're herbivores. We're meant to sleep, to connect to our higher mind for 7 to 9 hours. And I'm so excited about healthy lifestyle choices, sleeping enough, eating plants, working out, drinking a lot of water, all these things, because then this body, how I experience physical reality, works. And many people don't know how great you can feel. And if you really take care of your body, you have such a great baseline. You just feel so good. And then you're like in the state, like, I have so much energy. I feel good. I feel great. What do I want to do? I follow my excitement. But following my excitement with all this energy, with feeling good. So healthy life. That's how it started. Like, my highest excitement was for the first years, just healthy lifestyle choices, learning everything about sleep, learning everything about nutrition, learning everything about water, about many natural things, about barefoot shoes, about positions. Like, I have a treadmill desk, like, what is a good position, what is a good posture, because I don't want to have here this physical reality, how we experience it in this body. Like, what is the baseline, how good you can feel. And I was starting to feel so good. Like, wow, I thought I feel good, but this is even better. Like, this is a new baseline. What is even the baseline? And that's why, if your excitement is go to bed, go to bed. I'm so excited every night to connect to my higher mind, and I wake up. I lucid dream almost every night. For me, dreaming is just as great as sleeping here in this physical reality, like this dream. So I love going. If you want to go to bed, please. If you want to wake up and stay in bed and rest. And then, but what if my excitement is to stay in bed for weeks? Yeah, do it. I promise you, after a couple of days, you want to do something. And then ask yourself, of all the things I can do right now, call a friend, take a shower, what contains the most excitement? It's not difficult. It's so easy. Just a little more excitement. And then you do it. And then synchronicity, the over-organizing principle, takes care of connecting all these things. You just follow your excitement because that's who you are. But so important, it's not just the part of it, follow your highest excitement, but the full formula. That's why I always explain the entire formula. And only then it truly works. Like if you take a formula and you change something, you get an error. So it doesn't fully work. So follow your highest excitement. And many people forget this part without insisting on any outcome or making any assumption. Like, yeah, I follow my excitement. I mean, kinda, but the thing I wanted just didn't happen. So, no. What for the physical mind, for you and me, what for our physical mind is the ceiling, for our higher mind is the floor. It's not about what you want, but what you need. Like, and when you're in it, you don't see it. Like the hospital, like why 6 surgeries? Why 10 out of 10 pain? Why did I stay in the hospital for over a year? Now I get it. It had to be that long because
real
it had
quick,
to
tell
pull
the
me
audience because you went through a serious, health challenge, aka growth opportunity. What actually happened to your health?
My higher mind gave me the biggest challenge I needed to pull me out, and it just chose something. I was in Bali, my appendix ruptured, and I would have healed really fast, but I didn't. For some reason, it got worse and worse. It got so worse, so much pain. The things I cared about that hold me so caught up with my negative ego, like my aesthetics, being so attached to my aesthetics, being so caught up in social media, it destroyed my aesthetics. A huge scar, then a hernia, this and that. So it had to be that painful, that many surgeries, that long. And now I get it. It's not what you want, but what you need. And now I get it. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. So my higher mind gave me so, and that's why I say the full formula: follow your highest excitement without making any insistence or assumptions on the outcome. When you get a reflection and it's objectively something you don't prefer, and here's the next part: stay in a positive state, because simple physics, what you put out is what you get back. If you react to it positively, you can only get a positive response, and you don't know why it's there, but it's there for a reason. Don't say like, oh, this is bad. No, it's there for a reason. It belongs. And if I stay in a positive state, I get something positive out of it. And if I don't get it, why it's there for a reason now, I get it most likely later. Then like, this is why this accident happened. This is why, because of the construction here in my apartment right now, I started recording my podcast outside. And you know what? I actually love it so much. I wanted to record a podcast so badly, but it was so loud. And hey, the noise is there for a reason. Why is it there? Let's do it now, but I cannot do it outside. Or can I? And I went in the park, and now I do it always when I do a solo episode in the park. Thank you for the construct. It's all there for a reason. So don't make any insistence like, oh, this needs to manifest. No, it's not what you want, but what you need. So don't make any insistence, zero insistence or assumptions on any outcome. Stay in a positive state, simple physics. Then you can only get a positive response because it belongs. And constantly reevaluate your belief system, like what are you holding on to, what do you truly believe? And this is the entire formula. And if you keep doing that and knowing that everything is connected, even though like this excites me now, but then this excites me, how is this connected? Your excitement tells you it's connected. Because if you again make insistence like, this is the goal, this is where I go, and if I follow my excitement now, it goes into a completely different direction. Yeah, but why is this the goal? This makes up your mind, your physical mind, which has no idea, which is in the valley and sees almost nothing. But your higher mind is on the mountaintops and sees the big picture, your life theme, and guides you by excitement. And now that I truly do that, I meet people and I'm just so excited. And I turned the biggest supplement company in Germany vegan just because following my excitement, not because that was my plan, because we became such great friends. And now I make so much money because of that. In Thailand, I even figured out, I took all my crypto, my stocks, and my property, and I was like, hey, I'm a millionaire. And like, okay, nothing changed. Like wow, because it's not about that, It's not about circumstances. It's about your state of being. Circumstances don't matter, but just like, wow, what for the physical mind is the ceiling, for the higher mind is the floor. It can be so much better than you can imagine. So let it unfold, just trusting and just follow that that feeling, your excitement, moment to moment. And really, that's why I love when Bashar talks about that negative ego versus higher mind. Really sensing like, is this now my negative ego? My head thinks it's in charge. This is good for me. Or is it truly this feeling in my chest, which is so quiet? But once your negative ego shuts up, and hey, negative ego, you belong, you're there, but you don't serve me. So, I want to tune in because that's who I truly am.
I think you brought up a point, and I know you said it a few times, but even it kind of like flew over my head. And I've been following you since I went vegan 2.5 years ago, is releasing yourself, like following your highest excitement, but releasing yourself to attachment to specific outcomes and constantly kind of maintaining that positive state of being no matter what outcome happens, and then continuing to revert back. Okay, now that this has happened, what is my highest excitement? And like, I'm just thinking of a super recent example is like, we were trying to figure out how, before we started this podcast, how to get all the audio to work. And you know, there was part of me that was like freaked out. That was like, okay, we're not going to be able to do the podcast. Like, we're going to have these audio challenges. We're not going to get it going. And then I was like, I kept being like, and you were so positive. You're like, you know, we're going to figure it out. And we kept just trying different things. I released myself. I was like, you know, worst case scenario, like we can do this or we can do this. If this doesn't work out, we can do this. And then eventually we got to the point where we got it all working and now we're flowing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't think your head is in charge and you put so much burden on the ego it's not designed for. I love the analogy from Bashar. Like you go scuba diving, and on the ship is your higher mind, and your physical mind you go scuba diving, and it's so murky and blurry, and you put on a scuba diving mask, and that is your ego. You can call it positive ego. All it does, it makes it clear, like that we can function in physical reality, that I can go there, here €2.50 for the spread, that I can talk to you and we record this podcast and we can function in physical reality. That is what our ego is designed for, but nothing else. And we put so much burden on it, like supposed to do this and I know what's good for me, but I also want to please him and society tell me if I do that, oh yeah, and I have these insecurities, so I wanna brag before him and impress her, so I do that. But how do I get in? I don't like the path, but yeah, just I arrived there, and then when I arrived there, I'm happy, right? No. You put so much burden on the ego it's not designed for, and you don't know what's good for you. It's not about what you want, but what you need. And if you know you're guided, we all look for that love, that guidance, that blankets that hugs us, and that's us, our whole us, our higher mind, which is here and now. And you know, embrace the state of unknown. Make a friend of the unknown. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the day after. I don't have these fixed projects and schedules. I'm just following my excitement, and that's the beauty about it. Before that podcast, my excitement went, hey, go out, the sun is shining. I went through the park on my bicycle. I reflected the meetup yesterday. That was so fun. And then my higher mind, I saw so many people playing spikeball. I was like, yeah, I wanna play more. And I saw it again and again. And now I wrote down right before we started the podcast, watch some spikeball videos because this feels like a passion. And my higher mind, and then looking back, my higher mind guided me out.
I'm
see
coming
all the
to
people
Germany
so
right now.
fun.
We're gonna play spikeball.
Yes, nice. So yeah, make a friend of the unknown.
This is a perfect segue into flow state. So let's talk about, because I feel like following your highest excitement and getting into flow state, like these are all kind of related life philosophy or principles or mindsets that you carry. So let's talk about flow state and how you get into it.
That was exactly what I was talking about.
First, what is flow state?
Flow state is exactly what I said. Make a friend of the unknown. Just, I could say, I don't know where I'm going, or I know exactly where I'm going because I'm guided. Like the park, like I don't have a destination, but I know exactly where I'm going because I'm guided by my higher mind, and I just flow. And then you see all the synchronicity, and it's so insane that these things happen like perfectly synchronistic one after, and you don't plan for any of that. And the day goes by, and it was like, we do this podcast and it perfectly goes out, and then this starts and that, and this is this flow state of not my higher, my physical mind is in charge. Now I'm supposed to do this and that. No, my excitement guides me, and I just flow. I make a friend of the unknown, and then I meet the right people, so it's just a great word to, and not just what you're doing, but how you do it. Like this, like it's so important for also understanding following your highest excitement. Don't just follow your excitements, but follow them in an exciting way, because the only thing that exists is the here and now. And for example, your highest excitement is to go to the gym. But when you're in the gym, don't make a distinguish between being done with the gym and doing the thing. It's your excitement doing in an exciting way. Being passionate about being passionate. So flow through the day, following your passions in a passionate way. And then I'm standing there, I'm talking to this person, and I feel like I don't want to stand stiff. So I start moving. So I do it in an exciting way. I'm on the scooter and the sun is burning. I just want to arrive now. I stop. I put on clothes that I'm covered by the sun. I put on my AirPods, my sunglasses, and I just flow. I enjoy it in the here and now, following my excitements in an exciting way, making a friend of the unknown. People could say he doesn't know where he's going, or I know exactly where I'm going because I'm guided. Yeah, I want to go to your new beach. Which beach? I don't know. And then I just go on. Here feels right. Wow, that was so perfect. And then, this hotel in Thailand where we went to the beach, it was in the making, and it triggered something like this manifesting vibe, like, wow, endless pause. Just like, yes, I'm so guided, but I don't have a plan. That's the best plan, because I'm guided and in this flow state. And just, I love using the word, like we play frisbee and no structures, painting. See everything as a canvas. Paint other ultimate frisbee teams. I went there, I trained with them. It doesn't excite me because they have all these structures and I don't see the passion, I don't see the fun. When we play ultimate frisbee, our tactic is flow state. Let's go, let's get in this flow state. Like, whoa, like you can also, like channeling is like a flow. We all get in these states, certain brain waves where, and you can call it whatever you want, channeling state, flow state. An actor, she becomes the actor or actress. She's that role. She's in it. She's the character. She is it. A musician, he becomes the song. You hear he is it. When time passes by, you look at your watch and it feels like 50 minutes have passed, but 3 hours. Like yesterday, the meetup, it was already midnight when I went home. The sun went down and one had a speaker and we just danced and I connected with her and boom, the vibes, time, this state. Wow.
So how to flow state move into a winning streak? And tell us what a winning streak is. You mentioned it briefly before, but I just want to make sure.
All words. Winning streak is just a word I like to use because, we're all using words. And words, again, they don't have any built-in meaning like anything. We give them a meaning, the word. And that's why I love podcasts. And that's why I'm so excited that you like podcasts now too. Because here we can use a lot of words to elaborate. Because I tell you one word, or two words, like winning streak. And you're like, okay. But we talk like for an hour. And they get our color, they get our frequency. That's how they mean it. Okay. So I just like to use a lot of words and then explaining them. Like winning streak is what I call this. When you do that, when you're like, you can also call it like when you're in alignment. What Bashar likes to call it your signature vibration. The best cup of coffee, your signature vibration. When you're in that state where you follow your excitement and you keep doing it moment to moment, and your beliefs are so serving you. You're in such a positive state. You cannot stop counting your blood. As you described it beautifully, like the gym, and you listen to that. That's the winning streak, and you surf it. And then you fall, and you're like, you laugh about yourself because you got caught up in something again. You believe, I believe that again, and then you go on the surfboard and you surf your winning streak. And the more you surf it, the easier is it to stand on the surfboard and keep surfing it, and the harder it is to fall because it's so nice. So that's just a word I like to use for this in alignment. You know when you're in alignment, like when I ride my bicycle, I can see it in people. I can see it in their faces, their insecurities. The aura I have is just like of this alignment, like that's me. Like, yeah, and I do and I flow how I want. and you can see it. You can see it you can see it. And that's, oh yeah, he's surfing his winning streak. Like yesterday, so many vegan savages, they talked to me like my heart was so burning because they're telling me, and I see it, how they surf their winning streak, how they act on their passions. And they're like, hey, Fiddy, you don't believe it. I did it, and and then, wow, and then I see really synchronistic how this happened. Wow, Fiddy, and I'm like, yes, okay, let's play Frisbee, because what else is there to do than to dance and play? Because, yeah, let's go.
Hey there, just a few words about the incredible show sponsors for today's episode, and then we'll dig right back in. Today's show is brought to you by Fit Rich Vegan. If you're ready to get in the best shape of your life, double your income, and 10x your savings and investments, then this is the coaching program for you. But wait a minute, Dragon. Isn't this your coaching program? Heck yeah, it is. I spent the last 8 years mastering my fitness and my finances, and I've built an incredible coaching program with an incredible team to help you get the body of your dreams and finally achieve that level of financial success that you've been seeking. So if you want to find out if you're a good fit for the program, go to fitrichvegan.com and book your free consultation today. Or you can just DM me on Instagram with the words Fit Rich Vegan, and we can chat about if it's going to be a good fit for you. I'm committed to empowering people to actually achieve their fitness and financial goals. I spent the last 20 years trying to figure this out on my own. And what I realized is the key to doing it is not doing it alone. You have to have coaches, you have to have mentors, and you have to be a part of masterminds. And that's exactly what Fit Rich Vegan has. It has coaches, mentors, and it is a mastermind. So again, if you're ready to book your free consultation today, go to fitrichvegan.com or drop me a DM on Instagram. So I want to talk about power animals because both you and I are into spirit power animals. And I know you have a huge affinity with the dolphin. And I have this awesome book, and I'll link to it in the show. But I want to read you what it says if dolphin is your power animal, because I think it's so apropos to who you are. So I'm going to read it real quick. If dolphin is your power animal, you are a master communicator, mainly because you're able to listen at several different levels simultaneously. You're sensitive and keenly aware of people's feelings, even those that others would prefer to keep hidden. You live very much in the present. You're a guardian of the waters, which means that your soul's assignment is to do anything you can to protect and clean up the oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams. Because of your compassion and empathy, people seek you out for advice and counsel. You're highly intuitive, psychic, and even telepathic with both people and animals. You rarely take things too seriously, turning everything into a game, sometimes to the point of annoying others. You're flirtatious in a playful and innocent way. How does that resonate with you?
Perfect. Like this is Ferdi. That's Ferdi. That's Ferdi. Ferdi, who was playing in the water again, because almost daily I go in a pool and just flow with my goggles, because it's just flowing underwater, not normal swimming, but just flowing underwater. It feels so like home and so nice, and so many nice downloads I get there. And and all you said, like, yeah, this is Ferdi. This is like my description. Send me a picture of that or the text. I wanna have it.
Yeah, I'll send you the whole book, and I'll put the book in the notes. And maybe another time I'll read people what it means when dragon is your power animal. But the book is Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen D. Farmer, and I'll put it in the show notes. And then I also, because I call myself a spiritual hipster, so I work with crystals and things like tarot. And I pulled a card this week from this deck called Angel Tarot Deck. And I pulled the 3 of Water, and it literally has dolphins on it. No joke. And It is literally about the need to have more fun, a celebration, or like some big event happening. And I finally announced my podcast this week, and now I'm literally connecting in real time with like my dolphin brother. And it's just, this is the synchronicity that Ferdy is talking about. And I just wanted to share that. And I'll put a link to the tarot deck in the show notes as well, just because if people want to explore these things, bring a little more magic into their life. If they want to like learn about spirit animals or tarot and that resonates with them, they can. And if not, no worries. There's no right way, follow your highest excitement, right?
It's all permission slips, as Bashar likes to say. Everything, every ritual, anything you can do, these are all permission slips that gives you, that allows you to be more yourself. So it's not like, oh, you want to be on the next level, you want to be more spiritual, you got to meditate, then yoga. No, you don't got to do any of that. What excites you, and use that permission slip, and it allows you in that moment while you do that to be more yourself. And if you follow your highest excitement, it allows you to be yourself in that moment, the most you, like who you are, and get it that like you are the ultimate permission slip. No matter what tool, ritual you use, it's you, but you use that to allow yourself to be yourself. So it's not like meditation is good or bad. No, it's what permission slip excites you the most. Do that, use that. Is it crystals? Is it cards? Is it just meditation? Is it yoga? Is it going to the gym? Is it meeting a friend? Is it taking a shower, a long hot shower? Is it going in the pool and swimming like I used the permission slip today? What excites you the most? Excitement guides you. Use that. That allows you the most to be yourself and not think like, what should I do? Which ritual? Okay, I get crystals and then I'm more spiritual. No, if it doesn't excite, use that permission slip that excites you in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a super powerful framework or construct. Like, what is the, permission slip that you need to live your best life?
And that changes always. And that's why I love Pashar's teaching, because he puts it so plain and simple, and it finally makes sense. And I was looking, I'm not, yeah. And people tell me, you gotta do this, and you gotta, and then okay, I gotta do all these things and have a 4-hour morning meditation ritual. No. No,
yeah, some people get like,
oh, this is better than that.
I'm guilty of this, like having to do every little morning routine and ritual that like every life hacker and
all
personal development
slips.
person talks about,
and it's so freeing if you just like when I was in Thailand, I had this calling, this strong excitement. I wanna rent a van and just myself go through Austria, do a road trip with a van. And I woke up every morning somewhere else, and what was my morning routine? Differently every day. What served me in this moment, because that's who I am. I use that permission slip. And that's so nice, that's so freeing. So do you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see. I'm going to read real quick Dragon just because I don't know what
I
I'm
wanted to ask
this.
you. I wanna hear it.
So, if dragon is your power animal, you practice earth-based spirituality and mystical arts from the Wiccan, pagan, druidic, and shamanic traditions. You're a contemporary wizard, quite evolved spiritually, and the more you mature, the more refined your wisdom and skills become. You have a very commanding presence and carry yourself with an air of dignity and regality. You're very open-minded and accepting of other spiritual paths and of new ideas and possibilities. You have a lot of enthusiasm and vitality, and it's contagious. So we got the dragon and the dolphin on this show, and it's a really good show. In my opinion.
In my opinion too, and thus we believe it, and thus we experience that, and that sounds like a beautiful description of you. Beautiful.
Awesome. Well, I think we're at a good landing point. I'm going to want to do a follow-up, but I wanted to ask you if there was any, last words or topics that you wanted to leave the audience with.
I'm going to challenge them to stay open-minded and listen to Bashar and, not immediately judge it and, he's so direct. And no, stay open-minded and see, like, I get triggered. I want to immediately judge it, and just listen to, maybe do this challenge and listen to him daily for a month. Just where you feel like, oh, I got something out of it. And then see what it does to you. And don't judge it in any way, but after the month, then you can tune in like, okay, how did that feel like? Is this something for me? Do I want to... I mean, if you immediately, like, if it doesn't resonate at all, then put it away. But if it's like, yeah, it's nice, but it's so direct, like, yeah, but maybe finally I get it direct without limitation. So, like the book you bought, like, that makes me so happy because I studied, and that's, you wanna get on quote unquote that level on my frequency, like, study that. That's the best advice I can give you, because there you get it from your higher mind directly. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, so I think, just to kind of sum up what Vegains Ferdy is saying is, if you want to elevate your frequency, like, put yourself into contact with higher frequencies that will up level your vibration.
See it,
Ferdy,
believe it, and you are it. Be it.
Yep. So as we close this show down, I just want to express deep gratitude to you, Ferdy. You bring out my inner child, my dragon fire, and I just really deeply appreciate you for all the work that you do in the world. If people want to connect with you and your empowering and inspiring content, where's the best place to find you online?
The deepest is my podcast. There you get the most out of it. Recently, I do a lot of German podcasts, but today I was in the sauna after I was swimming, and I got so excited. Like, tomorrow I want to record another podcast. I was like, I had things I wanted to talk about. I was like, yeah, I want to do it in English, because so many vegan savages write me they're not German. But lately, it excited me the most to do a lot of German podcasts, but I also want to do more English podcasts. In my last 5-6 episodes, they're so on point. They're exactly that frequency. So Vegains podcast, listen to that. Follow me at Vegains Strengths on Instagram if you want to. Watch my stories and my posts and just see what it does to you. And if it serves you, great. If not, then do what excites you. Do what serves you. Get it that I cannot heal you or it's only you. And be honest to yourself. What resonates and keep doing that and keep doing you, and knowing it's all you. It's always you. And only you can change it. And when? How about now? How about or this now? Or maybe you start this now. But don't wait for anything, because it's all in you. So get it that you're that powerful.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, literally everything can be used as an opportunity to learn, to heal, to grow, and to transform. So whatever is going on in your life, choose to consciously and proactively harness that energy and use it to alchemize your life to the next level. If you enjoyed the show, please share it with a friend or on your favorite social media, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. As always, you can find me at Justin David Carl on Instagram and all the socials, as well as at alchemizelife.com on the web. Until the next time, sending you lots of energy and plenty of dragon magic.